High above the clouds, where the air thins and the wind never rests, survival is carved into stone. This is a world shaped by cold, gravity, and silence. A place where every breath costs energy and every mistake can be fatal. These highlands are home to some of the most efficient predators on Earth. Yet even here, success is rare. A single misjudged step can send a hunter tumbling down a slope. Beauty here is deceptive. Beneath the stillness, a constant struggle unfolds. Not a clash of armies, but a series of solitary battles fought every day by hunters and the hunted. Nothing lives without watching something else. Nothing moves without being seen. But this one you rarely see before it decides to move. A shape separates from the stone, not stepping out, but becoming visible. For minutes, sometimes hours, it is already there, perfectly still, perfectly patient. This is the snow leopard. In the mountain highlands, it is not the largest predator. It is not the loudest. It does not chase, roar, or announce its presence. Instead, it waits where gravity does the killing. Built for vertical worlds, the snow leopard lives where footing is uncertain and mistakes are fatal. Its wide paws spread weight across snow and ice, turning cliffs into pathways. A long, muscular tail acts as a counterbalance, steadying every movement along ledges no other hunter would dare to walk. But the blue sheep move across steep, rocky slopes where balance is everything. Their hooves are adapted for narrow ledges, allowing them to climb terrain that stops most predators. But even here, danger comes from above. The snow leopard hunts by using elevation and surprise rather than speed, waiting silently on ridges and outcrops until the moment is right. When it strikes, the attack is sudden and powerful, often sending both predator and prey sliding down the slope. In some cases, the blue sheep breaks free, only to lose footing as gravity takes over, resulting in a fatal fall. In others, the snow leopard maintains its grip, using strong forelimbs and jaws to subdue the animal despite the risk of injury or death. These hunts are brief and decisive, with no prolonged chase, as energy conservation is critical at high altitudes. Not only blue sheep fall within the snow leopard's range of prey. When opportunities arise, it also targets the Himalayan ibex, a much larger and more dangerous mountain goat. Adult ibex possess long, powerful horns and strong bodies capable of seriously injuring or killing a predator in close combat. To offset this risk, the snow leopard depends heavily on elevation and terrain, positioning itself above herds and waiting for an isolated or inexperienced individual to stray. The attack is swift and gravity-assisted, with the predator launching from above to deliver maximum impact before the ibex can react. Even so, these hunts carry extreme risk, and a failed grip or sudden counterstrike can force an immediate retreat. Because of this, snow leopards abandon many attempts, conserving energy rather than committing to a dangerous struggle. Successful kills are usually dragged to steep, rocky cover, where feeding is safer from rivals and scavengers. Beyond large mountain ungulates, the snow leopard also relies on smaller or more vulnerable prey when conditions allow. Marmots play an important role in its diet, particularly during warmer seasons when these rodents emerge from their burrows to feed. Marmots are alert and quick to retreat underground at the first sign of danger, which means the snow leopard must depend on stealth and precise timing rather than pursuit. By approaching low to the ground and using rocks and uneven terrain for cover, the predator attempts to close the distance before the marmot can reach safety. Although these hunts carry less physical risk than targeting large prey, success is far from guaranteed, and many attempts end with the prey disappearing into its burrow. On rarer occasions, the snow leopard targets one of the largest prey items it ever attempts to hunt: a yak calf. Young calves, still developing coordination and strength, may fall behind the herd as it moves across open ground. These moments create brief opportunities, but they are among the most dangerous situations the predator faces. the presence of adult yaks capable of inflicting severe injury with their size and force greatly increases the risk. Because of this, snow leopards often observe from a distance, carefully evaluating the herd's behavior before deciding whether to approach. In many cases, the predator chooses not to attack. Retreat is common, and failed attempts do not always involve physical contact. When a hunt is attempted, it relies on surprise and speed rather than prolonged engagement, with the goal of ending the encounter quickly before the herd can react. Successful kills are uncommon, and energy loss from a failed attempt can outweigh the reward. The golden eagle is another apex hunter of the mountain highlands, but it dominates a very different dimension of the landscape. From high above the slopes, it uses altitude as its greatest advantage, scanning vast areas with exceptional vision, capable of detecting movement far below. While smaller prey make up most of its diet, golden eagles have also been known to target young or vulnerable mountain goats in extreme terrain. These hunts rely less on raw strength and more on precision, timing, and the physics of gravity. When an opportunity presents itself, the eagle approaches from above or behind, selecting a target positioned near steep drops or unstable footing. Rather than attempting to overpower the animal outright, the bird strikes with speed and force aimed at destabilizing balance. The impact is often enough to send the goat stumbling or slipping, especially on narrow ledges or icy slopes. Once momentum is lost, gravity becomes the decisive factor. A fall from even a short height can be fatal in mountainous terrain, and the eagle may simply observe as the slope completes the kill. These attacks are rare and highly situational, requiring the right combination of terrain, prey, behavior, and timing. A miscalculation can result in injury to the eagle, making such hunts risky despite the apparent advantage of flight. As a result, golden eagles attempt these strategies only when conditions strongly favor success. This method of hunting highlights an important pattern shared by many high-altitude predators. The landscape itself is used as a weapon. For most of its life, the golden eagle hunts smaller prey, relying on its exceptional vision, speed, and aerial control to dominate open landscapes. From high above the mountain slopes and plateaus, the eagle scans the ground in wide, methodical circles, searching for any sign of movement. With eyesight far sharper than that of humans, it can detect the slightest motion, a shift in grass, a shadow near a burrow, or an animal breaking cover. Marmots are among the eagle's most frequent targets. These large, ground-dwelling rodents spend much of their time near burrow entrances, feeding in open areas where escape depends on early detection of danger. When a marmot moves too far from safety, the eagle begins its descent. The approach is silent, with wings partially folded to reduce noise and drag. At the final moment, the bird strikes with powerful talons, aiming to immobilize the prey before it can reach its burrow. Many attacks fail, ending with the marmot disappearing underground just in time, but persistence and patience allow the eagle to succeed often enough to sustain itself. Fox kits represent a more opportunistic target. Young foxes are vulnerable during early stages of development, particularly when exploring outside dens. Golden eagles may take advantage of these moments, approaching from high altitude to avoid detection. However, these hunts carry greater risk, as adult foxes may respond aggressively, forcing the eagle to abandon the attempt. As with all hunts, the decision to attack is based on careful assessment rather than impulse. Rabbits and similar mammals are taken through speed and precision. The eagle uses a direct dive or low-altitude pursuit, striking with enough force to end the chase instantly. These prey provide reliable energy with relatively low risk, making them an important part of the eagle's diet. Golden eagles also hunt birds, including those in flight. In these cases, the eagle relies on superior speed and aerial maneuverability, intercepting its target mid-air or forcing it toward the ground. In the highlands of North America, gray wolves occupy a unique position among mountain predators. Unlike solitary hunters that rely on ambush or surprise, wolves survive through endurance, cooperation, and strategy. Their success is not defined by speed or strength alone, but by their ability to work as a coordinated unit across vast, difficult terrain where prey is powerful and escape routes are limited. Grey wolves typically prey on large ungulates such as deer, elk, moose, bighorn sheep, and mountain goats. These animals are not easy targets. They are fast, strong, and often well adapted to steep or rugged environments. As a result, wolf hunts are rarely quick or effortless. Instead, they are calculated pursuits that test the limits of both predator and prey. In mountainous regions, wolves often focus on deer and elk populations that migrate through valleys and forested slopes. These animals form the backbone of the wolf's diet due to their abundance and predictable movement patterns. Wolves usually target the young, the old, or the injured, individuals that cannot maintain speed or stamina over long distances. Rather than relying on a sudden burst of speed, wolves wear their prey down through sustained pursuit, forcing exhaustion to do what brute force cannot. Moose represent one of the most dangerous prey species wolves attempt to hunt. An adult moose can weigh over 600 kilograms and is capable of killing a wolf with a single kick. For this reason, wolves rarely attack healthy adults head-on. Instead, packs isolate calves or weakened individuals, harassing them from multiple angles until an opening appears. Even then, injuries are common, and many hunts are abandoned when the risk becomes too high. In high-elevation environments, bighorn sheep and mountain goats add another layer of difficulty. These animals are exceptional climbers, capable of navigating cliffs and narrow ledges that wolves cannot easily follow. Wolves compensate by hunting near travel corridors, ridgelines, and escape bottlenecks where footing becomes less secure. In some cases, pressure from wolves causes prey to flee into dangerous terrain, where slips and falls become fatal. As with many mountain predators, gravity plays a silent but decisive role. What makes wolves particularly effective in these environments is their social structure. Each member of the pack has a role during a hunt. Some individuals drive the prey forward, while others position themselves ahead or to the sides, anticipating escape routes. Communication through body language, vocalizations, and learned behavior allows the pack to adapt in real time. This flexibility is essential in landscapes where no two hunts are ever the same. However, wolf hunting success rates are relatively low. Studies suggest that fewer than 1 in 5 chases results in a kill. Energy loss is significant, and failed hunts can leave wolves vulnerable to starvation, especially during harsh winters. Because of this, wolves must carefully balance effort and reward, abandoning pursuits that become too costly. While grey wolves are most commonly associated with North America and Eurasia, similar hunting strategies appear in high-altitude regions of Central Asia, where wolves sometimes prey on domestic or wild yaks. These environments are even more extreme, with thinner air, harsher winters, and vast open plateaus offering little cover. Yak hunts are rare and dangerous. Adult yaks are massive, heavily built animals capable of inflicting serious injury with their horns and sheer weight. As a result, wolves almost never attempt to take healthy adults. Instead, they focus on calves, weakened individuals, or animals separated from the herd. Packs may trail herds for long distances, waiting for exhaustion, weather, or terrain to create vulnerability. Bears are among the most powerful predators, but raw strength offers little advantage on sheer rock. When a bear attempts to hunt mountain goats, the encounter quickly becomes a test of terrain rather than power. The bear follows its target up steep, broken slopes, driven by hunger and opportunity, but this rugged landscape is the goat's domain. Mountain goats move across narrow ledges with astonishing ease, placing each hoof with precision as if crossing level ground. For them, the cliffs are not an obstacle, but a sanctuary, offering safety from predators that cannot match their balance or agility. As the pursuit continues, the risks increase. One misstep on these heights can mean certain death for any animal, including the bear. Despite its size and strength, the bear must move cautiously, aware that a slip could send it tumbling down the rock face. The goats, meanwhile, remain just out of reach, navigating the ledges with calm confidence. They do not need to outrun the bear, only to stay where it cannot safely follow. Eventually, the bear reaches the edge of its ability. Standing at the brink of a steep drop, it faces a critical decision. Hunger urges it forward, but instinct and experience intervene. The cost of a mistake here is fatal. The bear retreats, conceding the hunt not because it lacks power, but because the terrain denies it the advantage. Hunting success is defined as much by limitation as by ability. Bears, wolves, and mountain goats each represent a different relationship with the terrain, and their encounters reveal how survival is shaped by more than strength alone. Bears are the most physically powerful of the three. Their size, muscle mass, and raw force make them formidable in forests, river valleys, and open slopes. When a bear pursues prey uphill, its strength allows it to cover short distances with authority. However, steep cliffs and narrow ledges expose a critical weakness. Bears lack the balance and agility required for extreme vertical terrain. As slopes become steeper and footing less secure, the risk of a fatal fall increases sharply. Even driven by hunger, a bear must eventually retreat, recognizing that no amount of strength can compensate for the danger of gravity. Wolves approach the same environment differently. They are not built for climbing sheer rock, but they excel at endurance and coordination. Rather than following prey directly onto cliffs, wolves exploit movement patterns, escape routes, and terrain bottlenecks. Against mountain goats, wolves often rely on pressure rather than pursuit, attempting to push prey toward unstable ground or away from safe ledges. Their success depends on patience, numbers, and timing. However, when goats reach steep cliffs or narrow ridges, wolves also face a hard limit. The terrain becomes inaccessible, forcing the pack to abandon the hunt. Mountain goats exist at the opposite end of this balance. What limits predators is their greatest strength. Their hooves are uniquely adapted to grip tiny irregularities in rock, allowing them to move confidently along ledges only inches wide. Survival does not belong to predators alone. Prey species are not passive participants in the struggle. They are highly skilled specialists, shaped by constant pressure to avoid becoming a meal. Every movement, pause, and decision is influenced by the presence of hunters, turning daily life into a continuous exercise in awareness and precision. Mountain prey rely first on terrain. Steep slopes, narrow ledges, and unstable ground are not obstacles, but tools. Animals such as mountain goats and bighorn sheep position themselves where predators cannot easily follow, using elevation as protection. Their hooves are adapted for gripping rock, allowing them to navigate surfaces that would be deadly to larger, less agile hunters. In these environments, escape is not about speed, but about choosing the right ground. Vigilance is equally critical. Many prey species spend more time scanning their surroundings than feeding. Heads lift at the slightest sound, and groups remain loosely organized to maximize visibility. Early detection often determines survival. Spotting a predator even seconds earlier can mean the difference between reaching safety or being caught in open terrain. Prey animals also understand movement. When threatened, they rarely flee blindly. Instead, they retreat toward known escape routes, cliffs, ridges, or dense cover, where predators lose their advantage. Some will deliberately move uphill, forcing hunters to expend energy while gaining access to safer ground. Others rely on sudden stops, sharp turns, or unpredictable paths to break a predator's focus. Endurance and restraint play a role as well. Prey that panic waste energy and increase risk. Those that move with control conserve strength for critical moments. Even young animals learn quickly, guided by group behavior and repeated exposure to danger. These skills do not eliminate risk. A single mistake, a loose rock, or a moment of inattention can still prove fatal. Every life here exists within a narrow margin, shaped by cold, altitude, and unforgiving ground. Predators may command attention, but even the deadliest among them succeed only when the land allows it. Each hunter faces limits. Snow leopards rely on patience and gravity. Golden eagles strike with precision, but risk injury with every dive. Wolves depend on cooperation and endurance, yet abandon hunts that grow too costly. Bears carry immense power, but are turned back by cliffs they cannot safely cross. In this world, restraint is not weakness, it is survival. Prey too are masters of their environment. Mountain goats, sheep, and smaller animals do not survive by outrunning danger, but by understanding it. They read the terrain, choose their ground carefully, and use elevation, balance, and awareness to stay just beyond reach. The mountains are not simply a backdrop, they are an active force, deciding outcomes long before contact is made. Failure is common on both sides. Most hunts end without a kill. Energy is lost, risks are weighed, and retreat becomes the smartest choice. Those that survive are not always the strongest or fastest, but the most adaptable, the ones that know when to act and when to wait. There are no permanent victors in the Highlands. Roles shift with season, weather, and opportunity. Today's hunter may be tomorrow's retreating shadow. What endures is the balance itself, maintained by caution, skill, and respect for the land. In the end, the mountain does not favor predator or prey. It favors those who understand its rules. Which one of these mountain predators did you find the most fascinating? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey into the Highlands, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more incredible wildlife stories. Thank you for watching.